Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our playthrough of Lost Kingdoms 2. Today we are going into the Runestone Caverns and approaching it in a slightly different way to usual. Usually I try to complete the majority of the level first, but I'm going to try doing something to save a little bit of time today. Immediately when we enter the Runestone Caverns, we are going to have our way blocked by this large gate, which we're unable to open. Stormhagen will not open it, that was an accident. But nothing can open it, is the point. So we have to search for either a key or a way of opening the gate in the caves. So Earth card's particularly good this level. It turns out that there is a large amount of water enemies on this level. Pick up the fairy. Now this guy, the land shark, is one of the most interesting enemies in Lost Kingdoms. They swim underground. They also leap at you, so they can knock you down pretty easily. The best way I've found of hitting them is to use the Draconid card, as it attacks downwards. So we're going to make our way up and immediately get blocked by this giant crab. Giant crab, pretty bulky enemy in terms of the enemies in this game. As you'd expect, a crab has really high defense. So trying to use things that either do a lot of burst damage or, you know, just to bypass defense are really good. So I'm just running past the Undines. Right up at the top of this hill we're going to... Yes, got the kill on the shark there before it hit me. There's actually going to be a mini-boss spawn here. There's literally no reason to fight it at all. But you can, and you should, because, you know, show the game how tough you are. This is the rock golem, and this is actually the key we're going to have to open the door. As you can see, he punches wildly. Gets quite angry, kills my Skeleborb. Going to weaken him with a few Scythe Beast attacks, and hopefully using the Crusher, even though it costs me a little bit of health, should get this guy killed. There we go. That's why the Sandworm is so useful, if you can get the early drop of it from the desert. Just allows you to kill things very, very quickly. So up here we find our cute bishy boy Sol. And he's going to give us the first card of a new type, which is actually the transformation type. So when I get this stone golem card, I will temporarily be able to become a stone golem. Basically, it will allow me to punch down fragile things like walls, this iceberg. I can't use it currently because this pad's not active. I'll get that a bit later. But all sorts of things. There's also some walls. So here I'm actually going to quit out of the level. Quitting out of the level just saves me from running back and allows me to permanently add this card to my deck, as it's incredibly useful. I'll be keeping it in my deck because even though it's actually a bit rubbish, it's nice to not have to backtrack on any of the cards. I'm also going to add the Mechapult into my deck, ready for the lower chambers. So I'm going to just go straight back in. and hopefully get given the stone golem on my opening hand. Okay, so as soon as I turn into the stone golem, the level ends.
What the... Tara? I heard that some Runestone masters could change shape, but I never thought... Well, no point standing around gawking. Let's get moving.
And then we get the ominous light that seems to have killed one of our fellow bandits. Two land sharks. I won't be adding them to my deck for Crystal Caverns lower chambers. They won't be very useful, but I will be adding them on a later level just to show them off. They'll probably be quite good on the bridge of Sarvan. I always feel very sorry for this guy. He, every time you talk to him, he's like, oh, I really want a runestone. Maybe I can finally get my runestone. And then, you know, he's so close here. So we're going to go in. Just keeping some low-cost cards around, because most of the enemies here are quite weak and can just be dodged. Including the Flayer spawn. Ooh. Random level geometry. Don't let the balls of light get you. Oh no. What could possibly happen? I'm going to go and touch one. Come here. Oh no. Oh no, that's inconvenient. It's like my soul's slowly leaving my body, but only slowly. Only like 30 damage worth of my soul being sucked out. This level used to be very creepy with the soundtrack and everything when I was young.
Finally! I thought that cursed tunnel would never end.
What do you think the little balls of light are? Who knows? Yeah, you're totally gonna get a runestone, buddy. You'll get there. A nice player spawn card. Ideally, when I finish this level, I'll get another copy of that. Having 2 or 3 is really useful in some of the later levels. Other than that, we just continue to run through and try and avoid getting hit by balls of light or brains and tentacles. A very normal sentence to utter. I mean, you really can sympathise with Victor. These tunnels are so long. Now, there's quite a fun thing about this next room. You'll see the water level's very high. I'll actually need to return here at some point anyway when I've lowered the water level. I had an option on the previous level to actually change it, and depending on what the water level is, you get different types of card on this section. However, for this run, I'm just going to get these ones for now, and then come back when I have access to every movement ability. I get the Yowie, which is a 0 cost insect It's really bad. I'm not even sure it can be Z charged because you can't increase the cost. Oh, it's a very mysterious tunnel. You are right, Random Bandit. So this should give me the Basilisk card, I think. Nice. I now have the full collection of the 4 lizard men, so I'll be showing them off when I get the opportunity. So, these Yowie are in fact so weak that even though I have class disadvantage against them, I'm still going to easily one-shot them. They have something like 5 health, 8 health. So pretty much anything in the game will kill them in one shot.
Hey! Look! It's the Runestones! We found the motherlode! Oh, we're gonna retire rich, boys! Filthy, stinking rich!
Help! Help! Boss, we gotta get out of here! They're everywhere! Run! The door! It's shut! Come on! Let me out! Let me out!
It's a really good thing when first I bought this game that I didn't know what good voice acting was. So obviously these guys probably have less than like 30 health because their stole's been stolen in one go. Hooray, more flyer spawns. So, time for a very engaging boss battle after yet another cutscene in a moment.
Oh, what a drab bunch of fellows you are. Those costumes are absolutely dreary.
And what idiot are you?
I am Leod the Eighth, King of Candaria, and soon to be King of the entire world. You have no doubt come here in an attempt to steal our famous runestones, yes?
That's right, Prince Buttercup. We're gonna take your precious little rocks, and you can't do a thing about it.
Oh my, but you sound fierce. Oh, what's this? You there, that runestone on your back. Yes, it is! Oh, no wonder the Queen never uses her runestone. And to think I was worried. It's right here, the true runestone right under my nose. Oh, what a happy day. God, when it's over, bring me that runestone. Well, I must bid you farewell. Fear not, we shall not let your souls go to waste. Stumble on, my fine friends. Ta-ta!
King Leod is the most fabulous character in this game. There are very few people who can actively compete with his sheer level of power and flamboyance. Although he insults our costumes, his isn't much better. I mean, who wears their runestone on the front of their stomach like some sort of pregnancy trainer?
Dara! Help! There's something... Get away! Get out of here!
So this weird looking bird is in fact the boss of this level. You'll notice he can't really move. I feel that this is intentional. Now, there are two approaches really to this boss. There's the way the game designers intend you to do it, which is to, you know, get close, play Dan Maku, bullet hell, throw a Dark Raven, run away, and then get hit. Or you could just do the stylish way. Oh no, no, not like this, not like this. Stupid corpses. Right, Mechapult. You need to, I'm gonna have to actually retreat you, that's annoying. I'm gonna take a little bit of health damage here, but you know, as long as you have 1 health, you're good to go. Right, here he is. So I'm gonna throw the Mechapult here. I'm just going to plonk him down here and shift him forward slightly. Come on. How can you miss? He's right there. It's a giant doggo. Just punch him. There we go. And as you can see, the boss is unable to attack. And I'm chunking its health significantly. Sure was kind of the Kendari to give me a Mechapult so that I could cheese the boss.
Looks like I got here just in time. Are you hurt? Don't you hate monsters that don't have the good sense to stay dead? Here's the plan. You go out the back, I go out the front. Got it?
So really, I was happy to just keep throwing Mechapults at him until he died.
Terra! The Kandarians will be coming for you. They want that runestone. Leon will never stop chasing you, so be careful.
One star? Oh, come on. That's just mean. Oh, and a Yowie card. Perfect reward. So, that's actually going to conclude today's episode as a little bit of a shorter one after the previous 42-minute long Bonanza episode, when we go to Ruldo Forest and hopefully obtain my favourite independent card in the game, the Elf. But for now, that will do it. So I've been Scissors Lizards. Thank you once again for tuning in to this, and I hope you have a lovely day. See you next time.